Hi, I will be presenting for you some information about the geriatric case. What are social determinants of health? The Office of Disease Prevention and Health Promotion describes social determinants of health as the environment in which individuals live, work, learn, worship, and are born in that affect their health, how they function, their quality of life, as well as risk and outcomes. These are the components of the social determinants of health according to healthy people. Neighborhoods and the environment. Health and well-being are also impacted by the environment and neighborhoods individuals live in. Minorities and individuals of low income often live in neighborhoods with high crime rates and health and safety concerns such as unclean water and air. Social and community content of the social determinants of health includes the neighborhoods in which they live, as they can have a negative impact on their life when they are faced with violence, discrimination, and the lack of basic resources. The economic stability, many people living in the U.S. are not able to afford their basic needs, such as food, clothing, housing, and healthcare. And they live in poverty. Many people cannot afford things like healthy food, healthcare, and housing. 1 in 10 individuals are said to live in poverty, according to Smega et al. Access to quality education is also one of the social determinants. Being healthy and living longer is linked to having a higher level of education. How the Healthy People 2030 reports that children living in poverty with disabilities experience discrimination, are more likely to struggle in school, and less likely to graduate or even go to college. This places them at a high risk of having lower paying jobs and health problems. Healthcare access and quality is also a concern. Many individuals living in the United States do not have access to healthcare, quality healthcare. Those reasons may include that they cannot afford healthcare, they have no health insurance, and often they live far away in rural areas and cannot make it to facilities that could take care of them. And oftentimes they make it to facilities and their providers don't accept their insurance. A 72-year-old woman that did not finish high school lived in poverty with her parents and siblings. The cycle continued also with her own family living in poverty with lack of employment and low-paying jobs to provide for their family. She currently lives with her daughter in a rural community in southern Appalachia, and most likely access to healthcare and other resources are limited. Erickson's last stage, integrity versus despair. Psychiatric disorders often present differently in the elderly. For example, depression may present with physical symptoms or cognitive changes that are similar to dementia. A gradual decline of all body systems is the process of aging. These symptoms do not age at the same rate and are different for each person. Personality continues to develop over the lifespan, as proposed by Erik Erikson. He believed that development proceeded through a series of stages, with integrity versus despair as the last stage. This stage of development involves reviewing a person's life while acquiring a sense of wisdom and peace with how they live their life. Gillard informed readers that Erickson's theory suggested that integrity represented the highest form of basic trust, identity, and presented a sense of wholeness and self-worth, while despair is the negative outcome of this development. This 72-year-old woman left school at 15 to help her mother care for their family. She then worked at a local Kroger's for 25 years until her retirement. Her husband then died of cancer 10 years ago, in which she had to move in with her daughter. She has also been the permanent caregiver of 3 of her great grandchildren. She is taking care of the younger generation when the younger generation should be taking care of her. Poverty often repeats itself in each generation, with the older and younger generation stepping up to care for the family. This individual is indeed in the stage of integrity versus despair. And I understand that she could possibly be in the psychosocial development of despair, regretting certain life choices, even though at the time it may not have seemed like a choice. Thank you for listening. And these are my references.